Game week 6 in the house. Good to have a couple people in already by the looks of it. We had some early birds. I appreciate you. Oh, game week 6, man. I am so unsure of what to do with my team. We'll get to that in a minute. I hope everyone's all good though. Dakshin, good to have you in the stream, mate, as always. It's a pleasure. Sidemen Shorts, it's a pleasure. By the way, golden goal mug, link below. Hope everyone's doing good. Any final decisions for you two to make at all? For me, Chilwell at the moment in my team. Don't know what to do with him. For some reason, my light is a bit dark, isn't it? Let's see if we can fix that a sec. There we go. Hopefully we're looking at our bright selves. Got Ariana and Botman for S2, Pinyan and Johnston. I like it. I like it. Big trips in the team. Nice, mate. Nice. Yeah, I've got... I'll show you now. I'll get kicked off with my team and then we'll go through some deets. But yeah, just for you two. Here's how we're looking at the moment. I'm feeling a Gabriel to Botman transfer. Start Botman. Bench Chilwell and then play Gusto. So a bit tricky for me, and then I'll have Onana, Estupinian, Botman, Gusto, Madison and Bumo, Saka, Fernandes, Rashford, Watkins, Haaland. I'm happy with that. Then I got 2 frees next week. Obviously Luton have got a double game week, so do Burnley. Could potentially get on the Luton goalkeeper and Morris. And then I'll look to wildcard in game week 8. I mean, I don't know about Estupinian either, to be honest, but I've got enough cover. I've got enough cover on my bench. I think it's very possible he could, because he got rested in the first week after international break, didn't he? I think Estupinian could quite easily play. Good to have you in the chat, Ben. How you doing, mate? Any big decisions your end? My mate Ben here, by the way. He's talking about starting a fan team YouTube channel, doing a bit of content. I've stopped doing the fan team primarily because I don't have time and not too into the gambling side of things. But yeah, I'm sure if anyone plays fan team, be sure to keep an eye on Ben. But yeah, I do think Estupinian starts. I do. We're going to have a look at the top players. Well, first of all, actually, I've done my score predictions. I mean, as you know, I never get them wrong. Crystal Palace and Fulham. I've gone for a 2-2 draw in that one. I see both teams scoring. Both teams, looking good, scoring some goals, but I think it's going to win 2-2. Luton and Wolves. I feel like Kenilworth Road for Luton's going to be a bit of a factor. Got a feeling they score. Wolves probably score as well because Luton are looking very, very leaky. I think they'll get their first point of the season. Draw that one 1-1. Man City and Forest. I think Forest are pretty decent going forwards. I see them scoring 1 or 2 goals against Man City. I really do. But I do see Man City, they'll win. They'll win that 4-2 in my opinion. I reckon that's going to be the score. Brentford, I don't see any way that Everton win that game. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I just think that's going to be a walkover for Brentford, really. Burnley, Man United. I think Burnley are going to score in that game, unfortunately, with Onana still in goal for me. But I do think Man United are going to win that one. I've got a feeling this North London derby is going to be really open. Give me lots of goals. I've gone 3-3. I think it could be reminiscent of a 4-4 they've had in seasons gone by. But yeah, I reckon they'll draw that 3-3. Going out for the day, Dakshin, mate. Have a good day wherever you're going. Yeah, Arsenal Spurs I reckon could be 3-3. Brighton, I reckon they beat Bournemouth 3-1. Chelsea and Villa. Now, I don't have the stat to show you, but in the team selection video that I've just made, I pulled up in fact, I reckon I can quite easily search it on Twitter. 2 secs. Basically, I pulled up a 2023 Premier League table, which was quite interesting viewing, actually. We'll just flag it up for the old boys to see on the stream. But it was quite interesting. It had... There we go. Where's the screen share? There it is. So it had Chelsea down at 16th and Aston Villa in 4th. You know, that Aston Villa were literally better than Brighton, Man United and Newcastle in 2023 alone. So I genuinely see Villa as the favourites going into that game. But realistically, I think that's going to be a draw. Stamford Bridge always just feels like a big game draw place for Chelsea. I reckon both teams will score. Jackson will score, just because I'm hoping that he does. I reckon that'll end 2-2. Liverpool, West Ham. West Ham are looking really good. And I've got to say, they seem to play better against the good teams. The way they sit deep and defend sort of suits setting up against the big teams and hitting them on the counter. And we know that Liverpool are, let's say, can be exposed on the counter-attack. So I reckon 3-2 for that one. I think Liverpool just edge it with the quality they've got. West Ham score a couple of goals. Sheffield United, Newcastle. I reckon Newcastle get the cleano, win that 2-0. Ben's FPL team: Pickford, Shah, Botman, Estupinian, Mbumo, Rashford, Bruno, Saka, Maddison, Jackson and Haaland. Decided to go Chilwell to share for double Newcastle. Planning no wildcard. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Quick look at the top players for expected points by position. Top goalkeeper, apparently, for Game Week 6, according to Drafthound, is Ederson. Sanchez, Becker, Alisson, Pope, Flecken, Jose Sarr, Johnston, Onana and Ramsdale. Defenders, Estupinian tops the list if he starts. 5.7 expected points against Bournemouth. Obviously got a bit of Newcastle defence mixed in there with Sheffield United being their fixture. Ruben Diaz, Robertson, Chilwell if he starts again. Walker, Anderson, Ake, Akanji and Cher. Midfield, Saka 7.4 expected points. Matoma on 6.3. 6.3 for Saka 2. Foden, Gross, Rashford, Mbumo, Sterling, March and Odegaard for the top midfielders. Forwards, Haaland, Alvarez, Isak, Edouard, Jackson, João Pedro, Gabriel Jesus, Wissa, Watkins and Ferguson. And then captaincy this week. Well, Haaland is by far and away the leader in terms of expected points. Personally, if I were to come up with an expected points figure, if Alvarez were to play, I'd probably put him in second place. I've just got a feeling that he gets benched. All of the info, all of the insiders, all of the predictors are saying that Alvarez is going to play. This has happened before, obviously, with Man City players in the past, and they've been benched. So, you know, you can't hang your hat on that happening. Obviously, you can put a little bit of faith in it, but I've just got a feeling Alvarez could get benched this game. Anyway, Haaland's top of the list by nearly 2 expected points. I personally don't think this is the week to go different on captaincy. But yeah, in the chat, if you are going for a captain that isn't named Erling Haaland, I'd be interested in knowing. Then this might be quite useful for people to see for picking their defenders, etc. We've got the top clean sheet odd teams. Basically, I'm getting this, I'll get my words all wrong. Basically, these are the clean sheet odds. All 20 teams, their chances of keeping a clean sheet this game week. Usually I have a sort of an unwritten rule, basically. Any team above 30%, I'd feel relatively comfortable in them keeping a clean sheet, or comfortable enough that I would start the players from their teams. Anything below 30, I'd be looking to bench. So above 30, we've got Man City, 58%, so more likely than not, according to Drafthound, to keep a clean sheet. Newcastle on 45, Brentford on 40, Palace on 40, Brighton on 38, Liverpool on 38, Man United on 36, Arsenal on 33, Chelsea on 33, Wolves on 33. So, you know, the Chilwell to Botman, Cher, Trippier transfer, if you don't believe Chilwell is going to play, it certainly makes sense in my opinion. You know, 12% more likely, according to Drafthound, to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, man, we'll see. Simon Short's laughing at this United. We'll see, mate, we'll see. Back to my team. So yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is having a good Saturday morning. I've got my coffee. I've been to the gym. I'm feeling productive. I've in my swim training this week, we've been doing a lot of kick and a lot of sprinting, and I've got a little niggle in my hamstring. So I haven't trained legs for about a week and a half now because I've been looking after my hamstring, doing my rehab, and I retweaked it again last night, which is a bit annoying at training. So that's my story this morning. Oh, and after this, I've got to go to the garage and get 4 new tyres on my car. Get the wheels aligned. I drove through a pothole a few weeks ago, and it like mucked up the camber on one of my wheels, the rear left wheel. So basically, to drive my car currently, I'm steering like this to drive in a straight line. So yeah, I've got a fat 700 quid bill to pay this afternoon on my car. So that's going to hurt. So yeah, people aren't getting Christmas presents this year from me. Well done, Ben. Injuries suck, don't they? They keep you on the sidelines. It's just annoying. But yeah, well done for focusing on the rehab and stuff. And glad to see you back on the field. Do you expect to start in your team? What position do you play, Ben? I'm intrigued. He's got Wissa and Jackson. Who should he bench? I wouldn't take a hit. I think they're both playable. I would personally bench Jackson. I think. Just thinking of the quality of fixture. But then again, I don't think Reece James is back. No, we'll have a look. Although I don't think... Annoyingly, the Chelsea press conference yesterday was terrible. So no journalist asked a question to Pochettino about Reece James. No one... And Reece James. Chilwell, who's like obviously one of their best players who is at risk of not starting. We all want to know. Even the Chelsea fans, I imagine, want to know. That gif. Even the Chelsea fans want to know, is he going to play? Chukwuemeka and Reece James both close to training. So I would say Gusto's going to play one more week. Nothing on Chilwell, I'm afraid. We know nothing. Yeah, I know Alvarez is the top target, but I think this week one of the top skills for people to have is patience, basically. Like, if you have Jackson, I would almost recommend keeping hold of him for another week and then potentially looking to get Morris, who has a double game week of Everton and Burnley next week. I would personally play Gusto, mate. I think that's what I'm going to do. So with my team, I've got 2 free transfers. But realistically, I think I can only use one. Like, I just don't see another transfer that's obvious in my team. So I'm going to do Gabriel to Botman. I'm going to start Botman in place of Chilwell and then start Gusto as well. Just because there's no competition for his right back spot. I think he's going to play. Obviously, there's a question mark as to whether Chilwell will play at left back. I think based on what we heard last week, he probably isn't going to play. That would be my opinion. So I'll bench Chilwell, play Botman, and then have Gusto. That's my plan. Unfortunately, he's got Man City this week, hasn't he? But I think Awoniyi is always a good shout. Let's have a look at the forwards a second. In fact, we can go on Draft Time quick and have a look. Let's have a look at the top forwards for the game week, or the next 3 game weeks for you. Ben, I will show you my fan team after I do this. So 3 game weeks. Apply. Forwards. Hello, Alexandru. Good to have you in the chat, mate. Solanke game week 8. That's interesting. These are all your top forwards, mate. Edouard. He's in great form. Other than that, mate, I really do think it's Morris. That double game week, Everton and Burnley, and then you just get rid of him after that. And then Watkins from game week 8 onwards. The fixture run that Watkins has from game week 8 onwards, if you look here, is ludicrous. So yeah, Wolves, West Ham, Luton, Forest, Fulham, Spurs, Bournemouth. The fixture run is insane. That's 5 plum fixtures almost. Really, really good. I personally, Ben, like Morris to Watkins, but if you've not got the budget, then you could go Solanke. Richarlison's already had his one good game of the season, has he? I'm going to go on the solo, just me screen a sec. I'm just going to log into Fan Team and show Ben how I'm looking in that. We got 39 viewers on the stream. Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. If you are, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. That'd be absolutely lovely if you could do that. Yeah, Dusty. I don't think. Obviously, Alvarez is great this week. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think people should be ripping up their team to go for him. I think you could get away with not having him, especially if you have to rip up your entire team. I really do think your patience will be rewarded rather than rushing him into your team. Because yeah, I mean, I've looked at all the lineup predictions, all the big Man City predictors, and it's fair enough. They're all predicting, Alvarez to play. But this has happened in the past with other Man City players. Like there was a week where, remember last week we all hopped on Foden. There was a week where everyone hopped on Foden and then he got benched. 100% of the predictors were saying he was going to play, etc., etc., and then he got benched. So you just never know with these Man City players. I should probably do my fan team transfers now before I run out of time. So I'm just going to do that in a sec. I just wildcarded and got Morris in my team for the next game week. Lovely. Sanchez, Areola, Botman, Cher, Cash, Udoji, Kabore, and Mbumo, Rashford, Madison, Salah. Lovely team, Oliver Ray. That's cracking. I think Guardiola will play this week, but I'm not sure about Chilwell. We all wonder if Pep plays FPL, don't we? I think my fan team is in a bit of a state at the moment. Bought Enrico Henry last week. I know. Here we go. Here we are. Yeah, bought Enrico Henry last week, so I'm not doing too great in this. Stinker. What can you do? It's just unlucky, isn't it? I've got Chilwell as well. I want to bring in Morris next week for Jackson, and then I think I'm going to wildcard in game week 8. I haven't really thought about my fan team, to be honest. But I think I'm going to need to do some changes. What are the wildcard plans right now? I'm going to wildcard in game week 8, mate. I'm going to wildcard in game week 8. No, Udoji is not the best. I think I'm going to have to get rid of Henry. Oh, how do I make transfers? How do I do transfers on the computer? There we go. Udoji not the best. You like Dallo? Yeah. Is Dallo in there, is he? Can I afford Dallo? Nah, I can't get him. Ben White's a shout. Ben White is a shout. But he's got Tottenham, though. I think Tottenham are going to score this week. I don't want to blast through all my transfers is the only problem. Edouard is your third defender. I don't think Edouard is a bad shout at all, mate, if that's your question. I wouldn't call him a third defender, though. And the thing is, when you have a striker of that quality in your FPL team that you're not planning to start, you're always going to miss points. Yeah, Botman, unfortunately, priced up in this game is, I think, 5 million. Yeah, so I can't get to him. He's 5.5 in this game. Bloody hell. So were you the one playing FIFA with Sancho? I was not. I don't even have FIFA this time round, mate. FIFA's a scam. FIFA is a scam. It's the same game every season. Estupinian or Mitchell? I'd go Estupinian, mate. I reckon he's going to play this week. Very frustrating, though, with my situation in my team. We could just go to Pinnock, couldn't I? I could just go for Ethan Pinnock. Everton Forest. And then I start him over Udogie. Then I got Udogie on the bench. I just think Pinnock's a lock, isn't he, in the Brentford team, pretty much. I wish I could go Botman, but he's too expensive in this game. Yeah, and then I've got 2 frees next week to buy a Morris and then maybe someone else before the wild card. Who have Chelsea got next week? Because I probably want Chilwell back for next week. Yeah, Fulham away. Who did Bournemouth have? Bournemouth have a toughie, don't they, I think? No, they got them. But the thing is, Ben, with Morris in fan team, is he's going to play 90 minutes. So even if he doesn't score, he's going to get 2 games of 90 minutes. Yeah, we'll do Henry to Pinnock. Henry to Pinnock, start him over Udogie. Then if Chilwell don't play, Udogie comes off the bench. Done. Done. Right, let's do the other team. Do you think Morris is worth it? I think he is. I think he's worth it in both fan team and FPL, to be honest. Just the fact that he's going to play 2 games. Like in FPL, he's going to score 4 points, which is almost as much as an outfield player getting an assist. And then in fan team, he'll play 2 lots of 90 minutes. So even for a 1-week punt, probably. And he takes the penalties, so he can score. The thing is with penalty takers, they're so powerful because he can score against pretty much anyone. There we go. Pinnock's in both teams then. I think that's me. Right, back to FPL. Sorry, folks that are FPL guys. You just looked at fan team for the last 20 minutes. Or however long. Right. Do you think Odegaard will score against Spurs? I'm interested to know what everyone else thinks. Cash prepares you for a future game week. He does, but I need someone that's going to start this week, and I feel like Chelsea are going to score. Good morning, Unish. Snibs95, should you keep Chilwell? I'm keeping him. I'm going to do Gabriel to Botman and then bench Chilwell this week. I just don't see a way that he could get benched for this week, but it just seems mad to me that Pochettino is looking to bench Chilwell, doesn't it? I don't know how you guys feel, but he's one of Chelsea's best players. And when he came on against Bournemouth, he created chances for them instantly. More chances than they had been creating all game. So I think if Chilwell gets benched this week, it won't last forever. And he'll be playing again sometime soon. So for me, I wouldn't rush him out. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. What is this fancy? Well, Alexandru. So I don't condone gambling in any way. So I'm not going to advertise it as an advertiser. I'm just going to explain what the game is. Basically, it's FPL with basically a £5 or a £10 buy-in at the start of the season. And then I think there's about 30,000 players playing it. And if you finish in the top sort of 5,000, you get money. And the prizes go up as the positions finish. I'm pretty sure we'll have a look what they win. So it is gambling, it is basically betting. The top player gets £40,000. Second place gets 20. Third place gets 10. You can see the prizes there. So at the start of the season, there's a game you can play. So this one was a £10 buy-in, and then there's another one that was a £2 buy-in. Obviously, that's British money. I'm conscious you're in Romania, and then it can return that kind of money if you do well. Unfortunately, I think now the season has started, you won't be able to. Quite simply, but they usually do a half-season game as well that starts on game week 19. So there's your chance after that point. I'm not a betting man, and I'm very open about how I play the game. So I did an article for Fan Team for the Euros. Just wrote about the game and put it on my Twitter, and they kindly gave me a free ticket to the game that they put on in the Euros, Euro 2021 it was, wasn't it? Yeah, 2021. And I won 10 quid playing that, right? I had a pretty average team, but I won 10 quid. And then I entered the Premier League full season game last year, and I won 250 quid. So I'm just reinvesting my winnings, basically. So I've not invested anything, personally. That's how I've gotten away with it. And they do occasionally give away free tickets as well. If you were to wildcard, which goalkeepers would you get? I think, honestly, I would get Sanchez and Areola because their rotation is really good. That's probably what I'd do. Sanchez, to me, just seems the best 4.5 million keeper. If, though, you wanted to spend a bit more, you could get... what am I saying? What am I thinking? You could get Pope. Pope's obviously got the great run of fixtures, and I think warrants his 5.5 million price tag. You could also get Martinez from Villa from game week 8 onwards. So maybe like someone like Ariola's got No, he hasn't. Ariola's got Liverpool this week, so you probably won't want to start him, but yeah. Yeah, the one England loss, unfortunately. Memphis Depay was my saviour that season. Thank you, Dan. Watkins and Mubama to Alvarez and Morris. It's not bad, mate. It's not bad. I would only really do that if I was wildcarding, I think, because you'd want Watkins from game week 8 onwards. Yeah, I think Ariola's place is secure, mate. Would you say if Dunk doesn't play, he is unlikely to come on? I think Dunk will be risked. Like, if Dunk is slightly injured, he will play. So that means Dunk's either playing or not in the squad. I don't think he's going to be on the bench and come on. I don't think that's possible. I prefer Morris because he's got double next week. Pro doesn't know about the GOAT Pickford. Is that Pickford who's got Brentford away this week? Botman or Estupinian? Estupinian. Opinion, I like the Newcastle double up. I think that's good. They kept 2 clean sheets on the bounce. Maddison or Son or Reeve, that's tough. I'd probably say Maddison though. Just cheaper, seems to be central to everything that Spurs do going forwards, and Son is only good when he plays centre forward. I think with Richarlison scoring the winner against Sheffield United last week, he will play number 9, which means there's no place for Son. Will Moreno take... I don't know, mate. I don't know enough about Villa there. I'm just going to blow my nose, chaps. You can probably hear I'm a bit stuffy. Won't be a sec. Right, there we go. That should be better. Is this the week Man United finally get going? I think so. I think they beat Burnley and have a chance of a clean sheet. I feel like with my patience that I've had in Onana, I deserve a clean sheet from him. Only take one. I would go Estupinian, and then you can transfer in. You can transfer in cash for game week 8. So I'd go Estupinian, transfer in cash. I just think Chelsea away, there will be a goal against Villa this week. Whereas, Estupinian could feasibly keep a clean sheet and obviously get amongst the attack and return. So I'd go Estupinian now and then look to move him to cash in game week 8. Reeve, I personally prefer Fernandes. If you look at their underlying numbers, we can compare them actually. This would be a useful test. So, expected goal involvement. Total, Bruno Fernandes has 4.3 expected goal involvement, 0.6 expected goal involvements per 90, 0.86, nearly a goal involvement per game. I know he hasn't actually got that. Ben, have a good weekend, mate. So there's Bruno stats. Rashford, 3.1 XGI, 0.63 expected returns per 90. So suggests to me that Bruno's a better option. Bruno's on penalties, so he can score against any team. Bruno's takes some free kicks. And he plays every game for 90 minutes, even if he's injured, like he did that last season. So I personally think Bruno Fernandes is a better FPL option than Rashford. Cheers, Dan. It's the return of Nigel Pearson, Andy King, and Matty James to Leicester on the day that Hurricane Nigel is going through the UK, apparently. So yeah, that's quite funny. Or have we already had Hurricane Nigel? I don't know. I can't remember on that. Should you do a -4 for Botman? I don't think so. The thing is, in order to do a -4 for Botman, you need, in order for it to pay off, it will gain you, 2 points on the player that you're selling him for. You'll need him to keep a clean sheet, which, according to DraftHound, he has he's got a 45% chance of a clean sheet. So he's more likely than not to concede. That's what the odds are saying. Only slightly, of course. He doesn't get any attacking returns. So you're realistically only going to get a clean sheet point from him. I don't think it's worth it. What else have we got? Who would you play 3 of? Shah, Botman, Chilwell, Gusto, Estupinian. Shah, Botman, Estupinian. That would be my 3. Schenko, I've already answered that. Don't think it's worth -4s for defenders. Finally, someone with that Alvarez. Yeah, I don't have him, mate. What am I doing with my life? Sell Martinelli for Mbumo or Jackson to Darwin or hold? I would sell Martinelli for Mbumo, I think. Mbumo is a great long-term option, and it looks like Martinelli is injured. So, yeah, Jackson isn't injured. So I'd just keep him. But Alvarez for Jackson. If you didn't do it for a hit, fair enough. I think Sanchez and Areola are the best goalkeeper picks, but that's up to you, Reeve. Is Saka essential? I think so. I think Saka's one of the best options in the game. He's a complete lock in any team that I'd make. What is he worth? I think he should be 10 million, being completely honest. I think he should be 10 million. 8.7, fantastic value. Who would you cap if you didn't want to cap Salah, Rashford, Bruno, or Alvarez? Oh, man, no. You got to captain those guys. I can't even entertain that question. Probably Mbumo. I'll entertain it. Saliba or Udoji for the attacking threat, although I wouldn't want to start either of them. I'm a wild card. Are Trippier, Eze, and Morris better than Shah, Rashford, Muniz? I don't know who Muniz is, mate, to be completely honest with you. Is that a player that I should know? Trippier, Eze, and Morris is better. It's bringing in Kabore instead of Gusto a good move? Yes, because Gusto's probably got 1 week left in the Chelsea team, and then James will start. Kabore's got his double in 7, so Oliver Ray, I think I'd go Kabore. Is double Newcastle needed on the wildcard? I think so. I think I'd double up. Is it worth Maddison to Mbumo, then Chilwell to Trippier? You could do if it's not for a hit. I have Baldock and Henry in defence. Only 0.82 free transfers. That's a very confusing question, Snib. Sorry, I'm getting a bit lost. Luis Diaz is my differential. Is that Douglas Luiz? Interesting. Snibs, you might have to repeat that. I'm a bit confused. I have the same mid as you. Who should I get out for Son game week 8? I'm looking to probably do Rashford for Diaby on my wildcard. Do I need United players on a... I think Bruno Fernandes is a safe bet all season, but you don't need them. Which 3 do I start? Chilwell, Colwill, Guardiola. I would start Colwill, Guardiola, Estupinian. If you were on a wildcard, what would be your essential picks? I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's going so quickly. Thank you everyone for watching. Essential picks on a wildcard. Rather than answer your question, I have done a wildcard draft video on the channel. It's still very much valid for this week, so check that one out. Done Jackson for Alvarez the other day. I suppose even if Alvarez makes a sub-appearance, that's fair enough. Rashford to outscore Son, I think this week he could do that. I would just captain Haaland this week, sorry, men's shorts, but if I wanted a backup, I would say Salah. I have Baldock and Henry in defence. Should I swap Estupinian for Henry or Baldock or Botman for Henry or Baldock? I do Botman for Baldock. Jackson is my captain. Oh, you always go differential. I don't think it worked out for you last week either, did it? Oh, sorry, Alexandru. Although I don't think the damage was too much. I think if you differential, you go Alvarez this week. Chilwell or Saliba, who should I have on the bench? I think Chilwell, cause just don't know if he's going to play. Luton best defender, I think, is Anderson. 1 week punt on Neto. What, Pedro Neto? I don't think so. Wissa or Diaby, whom should I pick in the starting lineup? I'd say Wissa, better fixture. My rank is in the top right, mate, 319k. Salah, Eze, Foden, and Mbumo, Saka, good, yeah. Chilwell or Colwill, the better option to start. Colwill, I think he'll play. Do you take out Bruno and Rashford for Son? No, just leave them in, mate. They've got Burnley away. It's a good fixture. Oh, that took some energy, that, getting through the chat. My nose is blocked up again, so give me a sec. Bear with. Oh, there we go. We're back. We're back. That was quite effort to keep up with the chat then. We had a lot of people in at once. That was really good. Oh, excuse me. Ruben K, I not sure what you're trying to tell me there. Gotta be honest. Should I get Son for game week 8 or do I just let it go? What's his fixtures? I think, to be honest, you let it go. I think Son. Excuse me. I think Son, if Richarlison continues playing. That sounded like you were snorting some powder. I'm not. I can't talk about that on YouTube either. So it would obviously be talcum powder. And I'm not. Unfortunately, the pools that I swim in are so heavily chlorinated that they trip me up. I've even got these things. I've taken 2 of these already today. I'm still going. We were looking at Snibs. You asked that question already. I've answered it. It's up here where my cursor is. Look, overall rank 319k, top right. Spurs have got good fixtures. I just think Son is a bit of a trap, mate. Just because Richarlison's going to play through the middle, and that's where Son is most effective. Højlund captain locked in. What do you think? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I've got to say, I'm not sure about that one. If he took the penalties for United, I'd say very good, but I always like to have a penalty taker as my captain, just because it's just such a powerful thing with all the VAR stuff going on. I won't be long. People were going about taking drugs on stream. I'm going to be taking some Benadryl allergy relief pills on stream because we're hardcore here. So it's just confirming before I do get taken down. This is literally just some allergy relief tablets because I've been sneezing all morning. Come man, we hit a new low. I took drugs on stream. Do you think it's vital to go for more attack? Yes, absolutely, Oliver Ray. I think regardless of that, it's always good to go for attacking defenders in FPL. Yeah, RIP the channel. I'm getting cancelled. Took some Benadryl anti-allergy relief tablets. We're going down. It's nice knowing you all. Oh, 2 free transfers for Ruben. Option 1 is Chilwell to Luton to Anderson. I like option 2. I like option 2. Mr. Blanky, yes, so FBI open up. I'm in trouble. Yes, I think I can look at your team. Mr. Blanky, let me know your FPL ID or team name, and then I'll find your team. Likewise, anyone else can do this, so if you let me know your FPL ID or the name of your FPL team, I can search for it in the Draft Town system here. It will find your team, put it up on screen, and I can make transfers, etc., and suggest what you can do this week. Obviously, what I say is not gospel. I am not a seer who knows what's going to happen with the results, etc. But hopefully I can give you something to think about with your teams. I would start Saka. I start Saka. Benadryl right up, mate. We're getting lit on the Benadryl. Right, we go Ruben's team first. I will get to you. Who asked for their team? Mr. Blanky. I will get to you, but I got beaten to it. So here is what Draft Time said your team should look like. I start Dean. So your question was Chilwell to Anderson, Chilwell to Botman, and João Pedro to Morris. To be honest, mate, I would do... Yeah, I'd do option 2. I'd do option 2. It's just safer. Or no, actually, no. I would do option 1, and then you could do Alvarez to Morris next week. It's close, mate. It's close. What does your gut say, Ruben, on that? We'll look at Ashton's team now. I wouldn't do anything to this team. I think this team is so good. The difficult decision is who the hell do you start? I think I'd go like this. I think I'd do this. Maybe that. And maybe. I wish you could do 2 at the back. I would probably go with this. It's just a risk, isn't there, that Estupinian doesn't play. But the rest of your players have higher expected points than Jackson, so you can't really not start Jackson. Hopefully that helps you, Ashton. Khalid. Hey, I've got the old nasal spray if it's needed. That's even more hardcore than cough syrup, mate. Khalid. I'd do what I'm doing with this team. I'd go Gabriel to Botman. Ooh, actually. You've got a Martinelli issue as well. What's the latest on Martinelli? That'd be useful for people to know what's going on with Martinelli, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Go for it, Ruben K. Yeah, so Martinelli is doubtful. I do know FPL GOAT to be trustworthy. Yeah, all the Arsenal fans are going to miss him. No Martinelli in training. I don't think he's going to play with someone like Trossard waiting in the wings. So I'd probably look to get rid of Martinelli in this team. And then if you need to, you could just get Gabriel in your team instead of Chilwell. Who would I do for Martinelli, though? Next 3 game weeks, midfielder. We ain't got Madison. I'd get Madison. I think I'd go Madison in for Martinelli. Hala Madrid FPL, of course. I should have remembered that. It's really hard to remember people's team names. Start Chilwell or Saliba. I think I'd start Saliba. It's alright, Khalid. 2 free transfers with this team as well. Wowzers. Wow. And you got a lot of cash. Well, I would do Colwill. I think I'd go Colwill to Botman. Let's see what the assistant manager recommends. It recommends, to be fair, Jackson to Alvarez. To be honest, I think you could just do Jackson to Alvarez. You've used Alvarez in for Jackson already. I would just roll the other transfer and then go mad on Luton next week, personally. You could go for the Luton keeper because your 2 goalkeepers in your team currently don't have a lot going on. So you could bring in the Luton keeper for 2 fixtures. And then Morris is your 3rd striker. And you could bring in Morris for Mubama as well. So you can play 3-4-3 next week and potentially bench Maddison v Liverpool. But I reckon I would roll your other one and go for Luton next week. I don't think Son is that good. Asim 819429. Improve that lineup. He's got Matoma captain apparently. Barmy Army, if you want some help with your wild card, I can obviously help you on here, but I also made a video in the week of the best wild card draft. So hopefully that would help you. So do I start Chilwell or Colwill? I would put a question back on you, Blanky. Who's going to start at left back for Chelsea this week, in your opinion? And then you start with them. They're both competing for the same position. And if your answer is no idea, we can do a coin flip for you. This is Asim's team. 1 free transfer. 0.7 in the bank. I would do Pickford to someone. Honestly, I think I'd do Pickford to Rob Sanchez with this team. And then you'd likely be happy playing the rest of your players, to be honest. Saliba can come off the bench. Yeah, I like it. 2 to start from Maddison, Pedro. Maddison and Mitoma out of those 2. That's all right, Asim. Hopefully that helps you, mate. At 31027. Can you find a way to help you beat this team? Well, number 1 is don't go for Ederson in goal. It's a really nice team, unfortunately. I would just say the players to hedge against are Sterling, Ederson, and Wissa. The rest, he's got some good players. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Sterling, Ederson, Wissa, if you've got 3 different players you think could score more. Personally, I think Pope. Who else could outscore Sterling? Someone like Diaby could outscore Sterling. And then Wissa could be outscored by Morris or Awani, I think. Who's the next one? Schenko. He's 35k overall, mate, as well at the moment. So he's doing really well. So the fact that you're behind him at the moment, I wouldn't worry too much. Just hold the faith, mate. They've got Burnley this week. Keep the faith in him. Schenko. I did not expect to see McAllister and Kilman in a team. I've got, not going to lie to you. You got 2 frees? I like it. I like Wilson, although he probably won't play. I don't like the goalkeeper. I think you have to do something about the keeper straight away here. Oh, I missed a number. 1 5 3 2 9 4 8. My bad, mate. That definitely is the number that you put in. Onana in goal. We both got to keep the faith in him, mate. I'm going to stick with him. Estupinian, Chilwell, Saliba, Rashford, and Mbumo, Saka, Bruno, Maddison, Haaland, Jackson. It's a really nice team, mate. God, I don't know what to do with this team. I think it's probably Chilwell to a Newcastle defender. Chilwell to Botman, probably. And then you could do Semenyo to Morris next week if you did that. Yeah, Chilwell to Botman. Chilwell to Botman. I'd just do that, I think. I think that's everyone who asked for their team. I'll just flash mine back up. Jackson to Alvarez already. Fair enough. You've got someone, you have a defence that play, basically. It's just if Chilwell's benched you, you're in a bit of a problem because I think the rest of your defenders will concede. But you'll have an 11, whatever happens. Hope you have a great game week. Should I start Gusto v Villa at home or Bell versus Wolves? I just think Gusto, mate. He's a proven point scorer. Could get an attack and return, more likely than Bell to. I think I'd go Gusto. Nasser. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. My apologies. 50325. By the way, if those were some suspicious sounds, it was my chair. It did not come from my my bum. He's got 1 free. I think I'd do Chilwell to a Newcastle defender if it was me. And leave the rest. Yeah, got your team up, mate. I'd do Chilwell to a Newcastle defender if it was me. Next team, 617959. Subesh Gupta. Let's have a look. Solly March, that's a nice little differential, isn't it? Oh, lovely team. I'm not sure there's anything I'd do to that. I think I'd roll that free transfer. Yeah, roll it for next week. I'd be rolling, mate. That's a nice team. You're set up nicely. Sit on your hands, be patient. Roll. There we go. Ooh. I might have a little coffee break at 12 if that's alright, lads. That's alright, Subesh. Hopefully that helped everyone that asked your questions. Just going to blow my nose again. Clearly the Benadryl has not worked. I think taking Udogie off is simple, mate. The fact I think he's going to concede against Arsenal is why I'd take him off. Would preferably have Foden. Okay, Barmy Army's team. Let's have a look. Unfortunately, Barmy Army, it won't. If you're on your wildcard this week, or the team that Draft Hound will share is the team as it was at the last game week deadline. So you'll probably have to type it in the chat, I'm afraid, or tweet it to me at Golden Goal FF on Twitter. Should be just there. There. And I think my transfer, by the way, the guy who asked me about Udogie is going to be Gabriel to Botman, and then I'll bench Chilwell. Who should I bench? Oh, Dean, mate. Luca Dean. Solly March or Luis Diaz. Who played out of the two of them in Europe? If one of them didn't play in Europe, I go Luis Diaz. Although I don't like either of them because they're too risky for starts. I think that's it for the questions so far, isn't it? Let's see if we've got any team leaks / news on Twitter at the moment. I think we're probably a little bit too early for that. Sometimes the deadline's at 1:30, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking the red pill. Oh. It's my mate FPL Tom. By the way, good mate of mine on YouTube, FPL Tom. Let's see if he's done his 2,000 subscribers. He was closing in on 2,000 subscribers last week. So let's see if he's done it. How should I tweet it? Just reply to my latest tweet about the deadline stream. Hey man, do you think I should start Botman or Maddison? Maddison. I just think he's more explosive. Let's see if our mate FPL Tom has done 2,000. He's there. 2,000 subs. Good man. He's 2020 now. He's flying. Good for our mate Tom. He's done it. 2,000 subs on stream. Good for him. Tweeted. Let's have a look. Ooh, you've got an old... That's an old FPL app. I guess, oh, good for you for doing your wildcard on a different app. I really like this team, mate. The only thing I'd say about Eze is I have him in fan team, and I kind of want to get rid of him because I'm not massively happy with him. Because it's not him. Palace themselves are not attacking enough, in my opinion. But he could do all right with it. He's had some tough fixtures. The one thing I wouldn't do is go Flecken in goal. I don't think Flecken is very good. Yeah, fair enough, Barmy Army. You could quite easily go to DRB at that point. The thing is, starting this week, I'd want a defender that was stronger than Cash. Although it depends what you think Cash, I guess, can do against Chelsea. Flecken's just not a very good keeper. Quite simply. CFC MK, I'll have a look at your team. 2275406. And to be fair, with the whole lack of clean sheets things, it could make sense. CFCMK. By the way, if I've rated your team, I've taken the time to give you a bit of personal service. I feel like a good compensation for that is just hitting the subscribe button and liking the stream. I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. CFCMK, have you made any transfers to this team already? That is the question. Like it, Barmy Army. I like it. This is a really good team. I like DRB. I think Doku will probably play this week, but he doesn't... Oh, it's tough, isn't it? I'd probably go DRB. Just because he's basically playing as the number 9. You've done Chilwell to Botman already. All right, let's crack Botman in for you. Oh. Okay. Shenko, this app is called Draft Hound. Clean sheet odds this week. I will check it just after this. I'd probably start Cash over Saliba. And then I think I'd get rid of Rodri. Yeah. I think Rodri's the one to go, mate. I don't think... Yes, he's a fantastic player. I just don't think he's that good. I think I'd go like Rodri. You've already got Saka. Go Rodri to Foden. Rodri to Bruno. Rodri to Odegaard. I'd get rid of Rodri if it was me. I know he's great, but I don't think he's going to give as much attacking upside as players that you can now afford. Clean sheet odds for wanted, and then I'll look at Gitas. There's your clean sheet odds. I'll crack Geeta's team up. 242672. Yeah, as I'm saying with everyone else, yeah, if you appreciate the personal team review service, I'd really appreciate it if in return you could simply like the stream and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Big up CFCMK, thank you very much. God, this is tough. Your bench is struggling, isn't it? You got 3 players on your bench that aren't going to play. Have you wildcarded yet, Geeta? It's either a hit this week or a wildcard for me. No, you could probably get away with that hitting, to be fair. I've got Bukayo Saka has just subscribed. Thank you. You're not a wildcard. You probably don't need to wildcard this team, to be fair. I've probably blown it a bit out of proportion by saying that. So you've got 7.8 million for a midfielder. I personally prefer Chilwell to Trippier. £7.8 million for a midfielder. Sterling, Foden, Eze. Sterling, Foden, Eze, or Mitoma for me, mate. For Martinelli would be my move, and then you gotta pray that Arsenal and Luton do well. I reckon that's what I say. Martinelli's the one to go. Hopefully that helps you, Geeta. Go back to my team. Oh, crikey, I wasn't doing the screen share. I had it on the wrong screen the whole time. Yeah, I was looking at your team, mate. Here it is. I would do Martinelli out. I think it's in a really bit of disarray on the bench. I reckon all of those, the rest of your team will play, but I think you've got to do Martinelli out. And I'd go Mitoma. Who else do we have? We looked. We had Sterling, we had Foden, and we had Mitoma. I think those are your replacements for Martinelli, especially with 0 in the bank. I would hold both Foden and Odegaard, C-man. I don't see any reason to... I'm not going to say what I think you are trying to get me to say by pronouncing your name. Spaghetti and beans, of course I can. As I say with everyone else, I imagine you already are, because I've seen you in previous weeks, but I just don't think Flecken is a very good goalkeeper. That's just my thoughts. I'll show you. I'm probably going to get copyright struck if I show you. Will I get copyright strike? I don't know about YouTube, right? If I show you a clip of Flecken playing in the Bundesliga, you have to search it yourself. Flecken is just prone to a mistake, basically. I think Rob Sanchez is better. So this is Spaghetti and Beans' team. You've got a very similar team to me. I am personally doing Gabriel. You've got exactly the same team as me. Player for player, the same team as me. I am personally, mate, doing Gabriel to Botman. I'm going to start Botman over Chilwell. Just bench Chilwell and go with Gusto. And then that's my team. But yeah, we are identical, my friend. This is my team. Best Luton defender, I'd say Kabore or Anderson. Basically, you just want the Luton defender that's played all the games. God blow me nose again, lads. Be back in a sec. Bloody hell, Alexandru. You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much. You're so generous. I'd really appreciate it. You really don't have to do that. Bless you, man. That's very kind of you. I hope all is well with you anyway. I hope all is well with you, mate. How are things in Romania for you, my friend? That's, yeah, I'm blown away every time I get a donation like that. It's amazing that someone would want to do that. Thank you so much. Bless you, man. I appreciate that. It's a pleasure to have you here as well. Just reading your message. Am I considering getting Alvarez? No. I probably should, but I'm not. I'm considering next week getting the Luton goalkeeper. I'll have 2 free transfers next week. So I'm considering next week getting the Luton goalkeeper and Morris. Those will be the 2 moves that I make next week. I just feel like the Luton keeper can do well, get saves points. Do you reckon Wilson will start? I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you do it to yourself either. I don't know to both of those questions is my answer. Glad to hear that, Alexandra. And yes, all good for me, thank you. All is good for me. Not seeing anything on Wilson. It's just such a risk, isn't it? Just such a risk. See what people are saying for Tom. Oh, they're just sending him his team. Nice. -8 hit. Wow. Anyone into UFC? That's a big fight. As Man City predicted lineup. The only thing I would say about this Man City team is Grealish is back in training and I think he could start this weekend. And then does that mean Doku plays on the right, Foden through the middle, Grealish on the left, Alvarez benched? Who knows? Bruno Gameiro's new contract. Bernardo Silva not in today's squad. Let's see if he's got any more leaks. It's just that. Expecting Pep rotation midweek v Newcastle, not today. There you go. Let's see what someone's tweeted me. It was just me saying people to be patient is a good skill to have in FPL. It's a good idea, spaghetti and beans. It's just, yeah, do you want to do that this week? I'm blown away by that donation, Alexandru. That's so kind of you. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. This is very generous of you. I hope to hear some City leaks too, mate. I personally might have to leave early as well. I've basically got to take my car to the garage this afternoon, straight after the stream, and I'm not sure if I have time basically to go all the way until deadline. So I'll go for as long as I possibly can. But yeah, I really appreciate you, mate, and hope the football with your child goes well, my friend. Thank you so much. Really tempted to triple captain Morris for game week 7 because why not? Christ, I don't know what to say to that. I wouldn't do it. You could captain him, but that's the question, isn't it? Should we have a look for next week? You probably can. Player rankings. Show. Next game week. Apply. Positions. Forward. So Morris is right up there. 3 game weeks. Apply. So no, even just next week, Haaland's got higher expected points. Wildcard team. Areola, Udoji, Cash, Botman, Share, Foden, Diaby, Saka, Salah, Boomer, Alvarez, Wissa, Haaland, 0 million in the bank. Yeah, in my opinion, there, mate, your bench is too strong. You are going to have a benching headache every week with that team. So I would personally recommend spending less on your bench and upgrading your outfield players. Maybe sack off one of your expensive, like Wissa, go for a 4.5 forward, and then go Trippier. And you'd want to spend a bit more on your goalkeepers, in my opinion. Areola is fine, but you probably want someone in there to rotate with him. Jackson to Alvarez. Blimey, that's a lot. I like Saliba to Trippier at that lot. I think Morris is only worth getting if you're going to captain him, and I don't really want to captain him. Fair enough. I think Morris is worth getting if you're wildcarding in Game Week 8 too, which I will be doing, because you can just sell him in Game Week 8 on your wildcard. That would be my thoughts. What's my team? Well, my friend. Bang, there you go. This is my FPL at the moment. Big stretch, big stretch. I'm just going to check the old Twitter, see if we've had any team leaks. Grealish is in the matchday squad, look. Go for it, CFC. Go for it. I think that's it, really, isn't it? No leaks so far. Thinking of getting Rashford's back? Yeah, I rate Madison's chances. Don't think Arsenal and Liverpool have shown massive solidity defensively. So I think they could concede. And everything that Arsenal do going forwards is Arsenal. Everything Tottenham do going forwards is through Madison. So yeah, I reckon they'll be all right. I reckon Madison will be all right. Raptors done 100k. Good for him. We'll be there one day, lads. Me and you to 100k. That's what I'm saying. We're on this journey together. Let's see what Harry's saying. Interesting there from Harry. Man United did play all right against Munich. They did. It was unfortunately a goalkeeping error that led to us losing the game pretty much. Any more questions? Any thoughts? Oh, I need to walk. Look at this. My plant is looking very sorry for itself. We're going to do some plant. I'm going to go make a coffee. And while I boil the kettle, I'm going to water the plant because it's looking very dead. So I'm just going to have another coffee very quickly. I won't be long. And then I'm going to come back and just water my very tired looking peace lily. So I won't be long. Sorry about that, lads. Hopefully you'll see throughout the stream the plant will rise. Bristol's Alan Titchmarsh, mate. I've been looking that old Peace Lily's been getting some TLC recently. I also got a little treat from the old cupboard as well. Couple of Lindors with my coffee. Is Salah worrying you yet? No way of getting him in outside of. Thing is, like, points per million, I guess, is the thing with the rest of the. Just thinking about Salah. I'll eat my Lindor and ponder. I think if you can't get him, it won't kill you not to have him. But if you can get him, you should. That'd be my thoughts, because I imagine the rest of the players you've got in there, your team, the rest of your players you've got on your team will cover his points if you can't afford him, would be my view. You've probably got a team quite similar to mine, right, with a strong midfield anyway. I reckon you'll be fine. The Lindor chocolate is just Any City news? So that's not a leak, by the way. So Grealish is in the squad. Bernardo is not in the squad. And my personal favourite Man City lineup predictor has got this team. Big ups Lindor. It's the best, isn't it? Lindor and Galaxy. My favourite band, I don't really have one. I am really into... I am into bands, don't get me wrong, I am into that kind of music. But I listen to a lot of house music and drum and bass. Those are my two genres. So and even in those genres, I don't really have a favourite artist. I think almost with the way that Spotify is working at the moment, where I think most people have a playlist of a collection of artists, I don't really listen to albums anymore, so I don't really have a favourite artist. What about you, Spaghetti and Beans? What about you? Yes, Barmy Ommy is a worry for Foden. I can't say whether Foden will play or not. No one can. Which is why I personally don't like him. Why he's not personally in my team. I would rather have Walker. I'd rather have Estupinian and Doku, I think, actually. Although I'd probably have Estupinian and Diaby. That'd be my favourite double up. That is just rude, Dan. Yes, Barmy out. Your wildcard looked all sound, mate. Oh, let's see. I've done a couple of polls, right? So I did a poll for Chilwell starting on Twitter. 58% say yes, 42% say no. Because I did a poll on YouTube as well. 52-48. Again, is that very similar, aren't they? Yeah, 58-42, 52-48. What I will look at is what are the Chelsea predictors saying about Chilwell this week? Chilwell left wing. Interesting. Chilwell starting odds. Oh, you can't see that. Chilwell starting odds are 72%. Mudrik's 28%. Frick. Gusto 96%. Oh, man alive. If Chilwell starts left wing, I'm going to want him. Oh, I don't know, man. It's a headache, that, isn't it? You want the Man City one? Let's have a look. Is there a Man City one? There's a really good one. Alex MCFC does a good one as well. Oh, come on. He puts starting odds next to players, which I think is really, really cool. There you go. So there's his Man City thoughts. So did I, Dan. I had him first on my bench when he got his 13-pointer, and I had Gabriel starting. So he came off my bench at 4 million for a 13-pointer. Who else is a good striker option? I think that Man City team's been up long enough for people to take it in. Forwards, here they are. So these are the top forwards for the next 3 game weeks. So Morris is up there. Edouard's up there. I don't know who that is. That's the Burnley forward. Jackson, of course he's still up there. Wissa, Adebayo. I really like Awoniyi. I really like Hoyland as well. Yeah, Reeve, go for it. At Golden Goal FF on Twitter. It's just there. It's hard to do it like that, isn't it? There we go. There's my Twitter. I can't. Yeah, there it is. I'll be waiting patiently for it. Chilwell to Botman or Watkins to Alvarez, or keep Watkins or transfer Bayer. I don't have any problem with keeping Ollie Watkins. I'm going to keep him Osman. I think I'm doing Gabriel to Botman this week. I think that's what I'm going to do. Can we see best mids for next 3 weeks? Of course you can. Here they are. Yeah, the Chelsea predictions down are saying that Chilwell was going to play on the left wing, which is mental, but could happen, I guess. Or Bamiama, I'm confused. You saying you're going to go for Sterling if Foden doesn't play? I wouldn't hang your hat on expected points figures either. I mean, you have to have a bit of input to that too. Lil Whiskey, no problem, mate. I hope you're good. I'd sell Gabriel. I was selling Gabriel for him. Should you jump on the Alvarez train and sell Nunes? No. I think you brought in... You DM'd it to me. If you've DM'd it to me, I'm just going to go on this screen, so... Oh, no, you haven't. That's another DM. Sent my team in there, have you? I've not got anything, Reeve. All right, I've got a leak. A potential leak. I'd say it's a 75% leak that says Foden starts. Leak lineups. He hasn't known to be correct in the past. We just don't know if he's going to start every week. He's got a tough fixture. I just, that's the reason I'm getting rid of him. I got my points last week out of him. I'm ready to run, to be honest. He does seem to know his stuff. No way, is that happening in the Brighton game? Oh no, it's a film. I was going to say, that's mental. I don't know on Chilwell Snibs. I don't think anyone knows. A Kiss trophy. Have you seen that? Kabore. Just having a scroll. I've not got anything, Reeve. Army, no issues, bro. I will probably end the stream around 1:15 because I need to get some food in very quick and then head to the garage. So, yeah, just a heads up on that one for me. Saliba or Chilwell to Trippier / Botman / Share. Saliba. It also depends when you're planning on wildcarding too. But if you're not wildcarding, I'd get rid of Saliba anyway, I think. Spurs, yeah, Bournemouth, then Man City, Chelsea, and then Newcastle. Arsenal got some toughies in there. Right, Tottenham got it good, haven't they? I should probably thinking about it, I should probably sell Udoji for a Newcastle defender because I'm not going to want to play Udoji in game week 7 either. And then they got a nice run, to be fair. I'm going to wildcard an 8, I think. My plant's not looking any happier just yet. He's still depressed. It's me and my mate me and my depressed mate in the corner. I didn't miss the deadline, bro. You're always on the prank. It's 12:30. Deadline's 1:30. I'm not falling for it. Nice try. Right, I'm just going to quickly look at defenders' expected points for my own team. We just want this game week. One game week. Botman's there. Above Chilwell, above Gusto. It's such a headache. My team is such a headache. I think I should probably, whatever happens, I should probably buy Botman. Whatever happens, because I'll probably need a bit of bench cover this week. Matoma / Foden to Mbumo / Doku. I'd leave them both in, mate. I think they're both going to play and do all right this week. My wildcard team is Leno, Areola, Shah, Estupinian, Cashew, Doji, Bruno, Buo, Saka, Doku, Diaby, Morris, Allen, Alvarez. Yeah, recommendation similar to the previous one is I would spend less on my bench. You will have every week a benching headache with that team. So I would spend less on my bench and maybe upgrade Schär to Trippier. Or maybe upgrade your goalkeeper, go for Pope instead of Leno, something like that. I just feel like every week you will have a benching headache, and you don't want that. I'm still so confused. I'm still so lost on what to do with this team, man. It's doing my head in. Martinelli to Doku. Oh, I don't like it that much. I've got to say, I don't like it that much. When's the game week deadline for next week then? Is it a midweek? No. They got cup games midweek next week then, have they? Enjoying the range of Saturday deadlines though. I'd personally do Martinelli to... I wouldn't do Doku. I'd do any of those lot that I've got in my team. Yoko's, Johnny. Hello, Izana. Lineup leaks? Yeah, Foden plays. That's the leak we've got. Manners, I'd start Madison. I've done Jackson to Alvarez and Pau Torres to Botman, which means I'm going to bench. Whew. Christ. I'd bench Son. I would. I think Madison's better than Son. It does, but I think it makes sense. Watkins. I mean, it's up to you. Expected points wise, this week, Estupinian's right up there. And I think he's better for expected points than he is better for expected points than Son. Estupinian 5.3, Son 4.8, Madison 4.4. Team Ream or Cullen? Ream. He had some goals last season. Fair enough. On Duran, I think it's Diaby. Actually, from game week 8 onwards, I think Martinez is the best keeper. I'd go Ream. Should I sell Jackson for Alvarez? Yes, if you've got no other moves you need to make in your team and you're not taking a hit for it. Oh, mate, we've all got some thinking. My team is such a headache this week. I need to make a transfer, but I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to use my wildcard in Game Week 8. So I'm just checking to see if anyone's messaged me a leak. Nothing yet. Ream or Emerson? Ream. Tim Ream all the way, mate. I think the Man United fans will do another protest very soon. Oh, sorry, folks. Need to mute my laptop. There we go. Haaland benched. Where have you seen that? I don't think so. Haaland's benched? No. I don't believe it. Associate's not the worst minus in the world if Henry's not going to play, to be fair. If Haaland was benched, I'd see it as the top tweet on my recommended. Just saying. Agree. It would shape the game to the high heels, wouldn't it, if Haaland was benched? Forest could get a pace in, but I still feel like they can score against Man City. People selling Chilwell. I mean, I think he's going to play. Thinking, what fixture do they have next? Fulham away. That's another good fixture for Chelsea. I've got a lot of price rise from Udogie, haven't I? So I probably shouldn't sell him. I think Gabriel's the one I sell, though. Jackson to Rasmus and Onana. I wouldn't sell Onana this week. This week is not the week to sell Onana. I agree, Johnny, but they seem to be able to score goals. They've got Awoniyi, who, in my opinion, is one of the best centre forwards in the league at the moment. So I see them scoring. Bench one. Oh, Guardiola. I don't think City keep a clean sheet today, and Wissa has Everton at home. Can't really ask for much better. I think I'd bench Guardiola of those two. Oh, I'm still deciding what to do with my team. Poach ball. Yeah, Everton are woeful. So I think Brentford could score a few against them. All right, I'm intrigued. What would you do if you're looking at this team as a viewer of the stream? I value everyone's opinion. I don't pretend to be an FPL guru. I just live stream and help other people out. But would you do... So I'm going to bring Botman in, right? Whatever happens, Gabriel's going for Botman. That's going to be my move this week. And the question is, do I start Botman over Chilwell, or do I just play Chilwell? Reason for doing the Gabriel to Botman move is I've got 2 free transfers, so it makes sense. But yeah, the question is, do I do Botman in the starting lineup, or do I just first bench him and play Chilwell? Because Chilwell could play left wing against Villa, man, and that's just too exciting. Newcastle got Sheffield United away. I would start Gusto over Chilwell if I had that benching dilemma. No, but I personally prefer Gusto to Botman this week. I think Gusto is 100% likely to start. Chilwell is 75% likely to start. Chilwell, if he does start, will probably play on the left wing. Which is why, Johnny, I don't care about the 90 minutes. As long as he plays 60, locks in that clean sheet. Beezy, good to have you. You're saying Botman. Oh, it's a toughie. It's a toughie. No, my team is as far from locked as it has ever been. It's no way locked. I think my transfer, whatever happens, is Gabriel to Botman. Yeah, but the reason for starting Chilwell is that he's going to play on the left wing. What if he scores? Botman is only going to get a clean sheet. All Botman can do is get a clean sheet. Right, whatever happens, my transfer is done. I've wanted to do it all week. It's happening. I like Edward, yeah. So whatever happens, Gabriel to Botman is done. That's the move I wanted to make. And then the question is, do I start Botman over Chilwell? Who should I bench? Matoma, Madison, Jackson. I would bench Jackson. I don't see Villa going low block, though. The thing is, Sidemen Shorts, what is the risk? Because the ultimate difference between Chilwell and Botman's points, in my opinion, is a maximum of 4. Botman is going to he could get a clean sheet, which is 4 points. Chilwell could just blank. Well, the clean sheet is obviously worth 4 points. Chilwell could blank, get 2. That means I've lost 4 points. Whereas Botman could concede just a terrible goal. Because you can always, the clean sheets have not been thick and fast this season. Sheffield United could always get a penalty or score a knob-end goal or something crap like that. Whereas Chilwell could get an attack in return. I just think it's really tough. I'd play Trippier over Chilwell. Hey, NCK Footy. How are you doing? Newcastle no Brexit ball. You watch him. Cameron Archer penalty. I feel like they've kept 2 clean sheets on the bounce as well. Their luck has kind of run out. To be fair, Sheffield United have scored. When they played Newcastle? Already? What? Cameron Archer was at Villa, wasn't he then? I was like, what? Let's have a look at Sheffield United results. So they scored against Man City. They scored 2 against Everton. They scored against Tottenham. They've scored in all of their games so far. Yeah, goal. And then they lost. They've scored in all bar one of their fixtures so far this season. And I'm happy with this, I think. George, good to have you, mate. It's just hard decisions, isn't it? Sidemen shorts. It's just the FPL headache. That's what it is. Keep Botman on the bench. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I've justified myself well. And then I've got 2 frees next week for a bit of Morris and a bit of... I think I'm going to go the Luton keeper and for Onana as well. Tyve, good to have you, mate. Should I take Chilwell and Jackson out for Alvarez and Botman? I'd just do Jackson to Alvarez. Triple City attack. Bloody hell. Hopefully that answered your question, NCK Footy. Botman over Chilwell, yeah. We'll see. Got 40 minutes to go. Fair enough, Sollies. So who would you play over Chilwell then? Trippier? Because he's got more attacking upside than Botman does. Share? Probably, because he has more attacking upside than Botman does. So tough this week, man. There's so little in it between those players. I'll check the leaks now, see if we've got anything. Turner or Trafford? Oh my god. Flip a coin, Johnny. Flip a coin. Get a coin out. Flip it. Alvarez starts for Man City. I'm going to tweet it too. I would play Cher, Gusto, Estupinian. Cher's just got better attacking stats than Botman does. So I think I'd do that. You watch Botman get a 15-pointer now. Yeah, I think I'd go Cher over Chilwell. Cher is better than Botman. Is better than Chilwell. Chilwell is better than Botman. That's my ranking. So I'd go 1 Cher, 2 Chilwell, 3 Botman in my head. I've already made the transfer. And the reason I've done this is because I just want to save the cash. Chilwell can do both. Chilwell can score from open play if he's playing on the left wing, and he takes the set pieces, so I think it's fine. Chilwell or Gueye? Well, Gueye was injured, so I'll go Chilwell. Alvarez or Haaland, captain Haaland. All day, every day, twice on a Sunday. Yeah, Foden and Alvarez play. I'd wait. See if we get a leak, Beezy. See if we get a leak, mate. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I'll delete that. Not even worth tweeting it. Differential forwards: Morris, Awoniyi, Wissa. Differential mid: Sterling, Foden. Even Bruno's a bit differential now, to be fair. Eze. The ownership is quite interesting at the moment. Trossard. Yeah, I don't mind Trossard, actually. That's a shout. I'd keep Son. I'd keep Maddison, sorry, over Son. I prefer Maddison to Son as an option. We're checking the leaks, boys. Doku starts. So lazy FPL is smashing out the leaks then, by the looks of it. Doku plays. I think I'm going to shoot at 1:15, maybe even a bit earlier, because like I said, I need to take my car to the garage and squeeze in a lunch before I do so. We might have a full Man City team soon, just saying. Oh, I clicked yes. Still have Stones. Oh, that's a disaster, Johnny. Sorry for my silence then. I was just scrolling Twitter looking at leaks. Yeah, today's games are pretty woeful, aren't they? Pretty woeful. Who is likely to get return next game week? Mbumo or Martinelli? I prefer Mbumo. He's going to play every game, takes the penalties, but don't make any transfers based on that. I just think Mbumo is better than Martinelli across the season. He'll play every game, takes the pens. I think he's just better. I wouldn't take out either of them, Aguero, but if you wanted to, I would take out Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. By the way, if you're still on the stream and you're enjoying yourself, first of all, hello and thank you. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, please leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I would really, very, 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 very much appreciate that. Thanks. Watkins to Alvarez or Chilwell to Botman? I wouldn't do either of those moves. I've not done either of them. I wouldn't do either of those moves. It also depends. If you're going to wildcard in game week 8, you probably could sell Watkins. But if you're not, I would keep him. Palace leaks? Oh, I don't think we've got any, mate. Not so template FPL. Good to have you, mate. Hope all's going well in America for you. Is that Chelsea? Is that Minnesota? The fact that Not So Template is dialing in from Chelsea suggests to me that Chelsea in the UK are going to keep a clean sheet. Or it could be Missouri, I guess, couldn't it? Minnesota or Missouri, I don't know. There's also a place called Brighton in Missouri, so I reckon it could be you're in Missouri. I got triple Chelsea and Michigan. Wow, there's another MI state. I've got a triple striker of Darwin. Good luck, safe. I reckon I'm going to stick around for it until 1:15 and then get some lunch because I've got to get my car fixed this afternoon. That's what Diaz, Foden, Alvarez, Haaland starting. It was Alvarez, Aguero. I'm assuming you have Haaland as well. Diaby or Højlund. Oh, Højlund. Go for it. Go for Højlund. So, forwards. Top, I'd go Morris. Probably go Morris, mate. Sounds really boring, but I'd go Morris. I'd probably favour Hoyland over Diaby just for the next couple of fixtures. It is, isn't it? Spaghetti and beans. Oh, I've lost my team now. It's very uncomfortable, but I've done it. I've done it, mate. I'm probably going to pay for that, but I've done it. Oh, might stick around for a few more minutes, lads, and I'm going to go and get some lunch. Get some lunch. It's been a great stream as always. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone, for watching and showing your support and asking questions in the chat as always. I love doing these. It's just unfortunately I have to finish early this week because I got other things I need to do today. But yeah, as always, it's been absolutely lovely, and I appreciate all of you. If you've got any more questions, just fire away in the chat. I'll be around for another 5 or so minutes, and then I'm going to shoot, get some lunch. Ben Ashworth, I didn't. I'm just playing fan team, mate. I probably should have done, but I just don't like gambling, basically, so I didn't want to make a Bet365 account. I had a free one, did it? Oh, well. It's done anyway, isn't it? It's all started now. Too late. It's too late. Saka is a bit overpriced, I think, yeah. I do. I think he's been massively underpriced in FPL, but probably a bit too expensive in fan team. I haven't had him because I don't think you can. Dan Hilton, unfortunately, it's going to be very expensive, but it needs to be done. So it is what it is. It's got to be done. That's the nature of having cars, isn't it? So yeah, I appreciate you, Dan, as always. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, we'll be back next week for another one. Right, lads. I think I'm going to call it early if that's okay. Go get some lunch, get my car fixed. Some people saying no Trippier. That'd be interesting. On that note, I think we're going to sign off. don't think we've got any other major news. As always, thank you so much. A big shout out to Alexandru for his very generous donation earlier in the stream. I think we've had all our City leaks now. My team is this. This is how I'm going into this game week. Ooh, vice captain. We'll do that. Not that it's that important. That's me. As always, gents and ladies, whoever's watching, I really appreciate you. If you've enjoyed the stream, please leave me a like rating. Subscribe to the Golden Goal channel if you haven't already. I'll have a FPL Game Week 7 buy and avoid video uploaded tomorrow morning. I've got to go get my car fixed, unfortunately, so that's why I'm leaving early. Pamami says, I have both Son and Madison in my team. Should I bench them for Cash and Morris? No, keep them. Peace.